Is this what it means to see taxpayer money going up in thick smoke in Ukraine? If you've been following the developments in Ukraine, you may have counted how many weapons have been trapped, exploded, damaged, destroyed, or even fallen into the hands of the enemy. Even as 2025 arrives, the battles continue to rage, with media focusing on the devastation of much Western and Ukrainian technology. Will Ukraine still have enough weaponry to survive? Ukraine's weapon supply is largely dependent on assistance from NATO. Their hopes often rest on the arrival of weaponry from allies far in the West. However, waiting for that aid is not an easy task. In the battlefield, every passing second is a matter of life or death, victory or defeat. Any delayed weapon shipment could mean more losses. Amidst such intense fighting, as seen in Kursk, we hear horrific reports from Al Jazeera. The Russian military claims that Ukraine has lost more than 49,000 soldiers since the large-scale attack began in August, along with 273 tanks, 44 rocket systems, and hundreds of vehicles and other ammunition. This is certainly a massive loss, undermining Ukraine's military strength. And now, as the battle intensifies, what else is starting to slip from Ukraine's grasp? With the uncertainty of technology supplies, many are wondering if Ukraine will continue to receive the help it needs, or if they will eventually be forced to fight with whatever is left, with no hope of more. Let's dive deeper. One of the battles, which took place in Kursk, grew increasingly tense. From drone footage flying high above the battlefield, an American Bradley IFV was seen motionless. This heavily relied upon armored vehicle now stood still, almost like an easy target for Russian forces. The FPV drone team from the Sever Forces group, always ready with innovative strategies, quickly mobilized. With precision, they directed their fiber optic-equipped drone to destroy the Bradley, a vehicle considered very tough and even acknowledged by many. Hanna Maliar, the former Deputy Minister of Defense of Ukraine, called Bradley as a vehicle with extraordinary combat endurance. However, all these praises seemed to vanish when the Bradley's record showed it was continually destroyed by Russian forces. Over time, the vehicle's reputation became increasingly tarnished, and confidence in its superiority began to fade. There were also reports from FPV footage showing the heroic actions of the Rubicon Center crew. They successfully destroyed Ukrainian tanks and mobile artillery units, bringing down heavy equipment that had been considered a cornerstone of warfare. However, this was not the end of the ongoing attacks. At the Kursk border, Russian forces, particularly from the 34th Mountain Brigade of the Southern Military District, provided no respite. They relentlessly targeted and destroyed Ukrainian military equipment using increasingly coordinated and deadly tactics. With continuous assaults, Russian forces managed to capture more than half of a village previously held by Ukrainian forces. This success even caught the attention of the media. The war intensified, and behind the silence, an operation was launched near the village of Ulakli. The M46 artillery crew from the 238th Kuban Artillery Brigade prepared to launch an attack. With extraordinary accuracy, they successfully destroyed the American-made M119 howitzer. As the shell hit the target, the explosion reverberated and thick smoke billowed into the sky, signaling the destruction of the weapon. However, the Russian attack did not stop there. Russian forces once again showcased their prowess. Using the loitering munition X-51 Lancet, a highly precise guided missile, they targeted the bushes near the position of an American M777 howitzer used by Ukrainian forces. The Lancet, flying low and silently, carefully glided toward its target and destroyed the M777 howitzer in a massive explosion. In the Velika Novosilka region, the fierce battle showed no sign of abating. Every move of Ukrainian forces seemed halted by attacks coming from all directions. Behind their defensive lines, toward southern Donetsk, the 14th Russian Special Forces Brigade moved nimbly. They succeeded in destroying Ukrainian tanks, military equipment, and infantry. As a result, the battlefield atmosphere grew more ominous, with explosions shaking the ground around them. This was a swift response from Russian forces, countering the Ukrainian counterattacks. With accurate fire, they obliterated Ukrainian weapons, causing massive explosions that rocked the entire region and sent a clear message that this battle was far from over. Russia's military strength asserted its dominance, with numerous Ukrainian assets reduced to ashes. Isn't Zelenskyy concerned about the availability of weapons? This cannot be denied. Therefore, a meeting was held with U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin, where Zelenskyy expressed his concerns about Ukraine's urgent need for additional air defense systems, as well as defenses against the various types of UAVs that are increasingly dominating the battlefield. The main threat causing significant damage to Ukraine's defense lines is the drone attacks that Russia is using so effectively. A Sharq al-Awsat media reported that Zelenskyy urged his allies to fulfill their promises to supply weapons, especially those designed to counter Russia's airstrike threats. Given the heavy losses sustained by Ukrainian forces in this battle, will Ukraine face a weapons shortage due to its actions? Leave your thoughts, and thanks for watching.